welcome along and welcome to this first look at the latest DLC for Farming Simulator 19. This is the Rottne pack. It is two machines, two pieces of forestry equipment from the Swedish company, Swedish manufacturer Rottne Industri, and yeah, we're going to take a look at the pair of them. Now, the one I'm going to cover first is the F20D. This is a forwarder, and you'll find both of these machines under forestry machines in the shop. So it's the Rodney F20D for 350,000. It has a power of 278 horsepower, takes 210 litres of fuel, 12-mile-an-hour speed, and yeah, it has a few customizations on this. So we've got the knock-in tyres are the standard ones, and these are basically the road tyres. So if you were going to use this going around on the roads quite a bit, and just doing full log transport, then you put those on. But the bit I really like is the Oslo Force, which I am completely mispronouncing, which is just this massive range of tracks that come on this mod, or come on this DLC, sorry. So you've got the Eco Track, you've got the Evo Baltic, you've got the EX, you've got the Kovacs, and you've got the Magnum. And it's, yeah, so there is a lot of options with the chains that you can put on these wheels. I actually personally quite like the Magnums. They look like they can really handle some of the muddier terrain that you'd find in forestry. All of those cost 8,000, which means the maximum cost of this piece of equipment is 358,000 in total. Now, as many people have pointed out before I go through this, the F20D, there is a mod of this on the mod hub by North Modding Company, who do some beautiful work, and the big difference between that and this comes from the CAD files and the all the files from Rottne themselves. So the absolute detail on this is incredible. It is absolutely gorgeous. The second piece of equipment in this DLC is the H-21D. This is a forestry harvester, and is quite impressive. This is my favorite of the two items in the DLC. The detail on this harvester is utterly gorgeous as well. It is just, you can see having stuff coming from the source like this is absolutely amazing, and it's one of the reasons we've had many DLCs where items from them have been available as mods first, and I still think the DLCs are worth it, and I still like the DLCs because there is no more accurate machine that could be put into Farm Sim than from these, because of the source of the files that come in. I mean, modders, don't get me wrong, modders do an absolutely amazing piece of work, amazing work in general, but this is coming absolutely from the source, and is yeah, just the level of detail all over this and these is gorgeous. I don't know if that is an actual working rear hitch. Would be interesting to see that and try that out, but yeah, in general, this is gorgeous. So let's go and have a look at this in the shop as well. And like the forwarder, this is available under forestry machines. It is, as I said, the H-21D. It is £470,000, or 470,000 of whichever currency you have in game to purchase. Now, I think that makes it the most expensive forestry. It does. Makes it the most expensive forestry harvester in here. The closest is the Scorpion King at 440,000. But there are quite big differences between this. And 305 horsepower to the Scorpion's 286, 725 litres of fuel, 12 miles per hour, and this is a huge piece of equipment. Again, like the Forwarder, you have a choice of Nokian or the Oslo Force, with the Eco Track, the Evo Baltic, the EX, the Kovacs, and the Magnum. And all of these, again, 8,000 for these various types of tracks. And yeah, so the total price that you could pay for this would be 478,000. So yeah, it's a pretty expensive machine. Now, overall, I'm going to go and have a look at this DLC, and we'll have a play with it in a moment for this. But overall, I like this DLC. I was a little bit skeptical when it was first announced. It's a DLC with 2 pieces of equipment in it, and I think what I would like to have seen is Rodney do some other equipment. They do a smaller forest harvester, along with some. I don't know if they do much more than that, but they do some other forestry kit, and I think I'd quite like to have seen, for the price, another couple of bits of equipment in here. Having said that, I think that if you do and like forestry in Farm Sim, this is a good DLC for you. I have 2 of them set up. Well, I've got a one of the harvesters and the Forwarder here set up at the top end of Felsbrunn, and I just want to show you. There's some really nice features on this. We'll jump in this, and like I was saying before, the interior cab on this, again, absolutely gorgeous. I really love this. There's some nice functionalities that this has that previous forestry harvesters in Farming Simulator 19 have not had. For example, we are currently with our boom in this position. Transport on this is really easy. You just fold it up, and it puts your cab in the right place. It folds your header nicely underneath, and look at that. Did you see that chained the header into there? So really easy to transport this on a transport trailer if you're looking to do that and move it about. And then this has to be the smoothest harvester I've ever used in Farm Sim for doing wood. It just maneuvers so much more nicely, and I love this cab that moves with the main crane. Just works so well. We'll start it up, and you can see at the moment something that somebody pointed out that I hadn't noticed on other forestry harvesters that is present here. The main screen here, if I bring up the F1 menu, you can see our cut length is currently set to 1 meter. If I press Y, it goes to 2 meters, which is 200 centimeters. So you get that on the screen. You don't have to have the menu up in order to see your cut lengths, which is really cool. I'm going to cut some 5 meter lengths here. We'll turn on our header so you can see that unfold. Let's go outside. Actually, let's do it from this angle here. So we've got this here, and if we want to turn on the harvester, there we go. And then we've got this camera here. I know, again, this does exist on other ones, but it's the smoothness of the beam on this, the smoothness of the arm on this is great. And one of the things Farm Sim, of course, is known for is it's slightly dodgy forestry wood physics, but this is working out quite well for me. So I'm going to just move this down a little bit, and we're going to cut. So I'm using the side panel for this with my own configuration. And there you go. And if we switch ourselves over here, you can see that has just done that very nicely. Turn it this way, and we should be able to get this nice and stable in how I've used this, which has been very good. And it's just getting my controls the right way. There we are. It's so smooth using this piece of equipment. I absolutely love it. And then we're going to cut some 5-meter lengths off there, put them nicely in a pile, and it is just, yeah, really smooth piece of equipment to use. Has worked pretty well for me every time I've done work with it so far, and just does the job nicely. The size of it is absolutely stable enough that it's not fallen over anywhere, and we can just move forwards and go find ourselves the next tree. So yeah, I'm loving this. I think this is probably from the work I've done with it and the play around I've had. I think this is my favorite forestry harvester in the game. It's very smooth to use. It's easy to transport, and when my side panel isn't sort of continuing to register, it just works very nicely. And we can bring this up, and look at that. The head does turn as well. Let's see if we can do that. It doesn't do that so much when you're cutting, so we'll have a go with that in a moment. But yeah, just really smooth, really lovely animation, really nice piece of kit to use. So yeah, if you are a fan of forestry, and I know this has gone down actually fairly well with those members of the farm sim community who use forestry equipment, it's a nice piece of kit. Now I'm going to come over to this one here, and we're going to jump in here and try this out. So we've got our forwarder here, and we'll bring this along. We'll see how easy the arm is to use on this. So bring this up. So like that. That is up and down. And round. Again, pretty smooth arm. No side bits to put down on this at all. I am using the mouse for this at the moment because I want to get a feel for this both with all the controls. And actually the mouse is quite nice. I'm liking it a lot. There we go. And can we extend the arm? That is that, and that, and that. Now, does this arm extend? I don't think this arm extends looking at this. Let's just see. So, that is that one. That is that one. That is that. Yeah, it looks to me like our arm does not extend at all. So bring it down and see how many logs we can actually capture in this. It is one of those things where getting everything right and getting things just in the right place is always useful. There we go. Now, it looks to me like the arm should extend, but it definitely doesn't. Or not in any of the controls that we have here. So we'll bring that down. We'll close that up. We'll go a little bit further down. There we go. And close that up around there. Now, has that got all of those? Because, yes, I think it has. Look at that. Nice. A big grip on that. I like that a lot. Bring it back round. And then we want to turn it. Bring it into here. And looks like 5 meters is a pretty good size for this. Bring it in. And there we go. So it's got a good clamp on it. That is probably the most wood I picked up in one go on here. So yeah, it's got a good arm on it. It works well. It's a cracking DLC. Now, I'm not suggesting if you are not into forestry that you buy this. It is by its nature a forestry DLC. So if that kind of bit on farm sim doesn't interest you, then like the cotton DLC, I can't recommend it to you. However, if you are big into your forestry in farm sim, I think this is a great DLC. These are two fantastic pieces of equipment. They are about as accurate as you can get them, and this harvester is absolutely brilliant. This is easily my favorite forestry harvester in game. It works well. It's been a joy to use every time I've tested it since Giant sent this over to me, and yeah, I really quite like it. So there we go. That is the Rottne DLC for Farming Simulator 19. If you are a fan of forestry in Farm Sim, yes, I recommend this. I recommend this DLC to you. As I said, I think I would quite like to have seen a small harvester, or I'm not sure how much extra equipment Rottne do other than that, but they certainly do some other equipment. So I think I would have quite liked to have seen another couple of items in this. But this forestry harvester, the H-21D, is just a joy to use when cutting trees in Farm Sim, and yeah, I love it. I think I may have to do a little bit of Forestry Friday to have a little bit more of a play around with it. You can get it from the Giants Simulator, from the FarmingSimulator.com website. Use the link in the description below, my Giants partner link, to support the channel as well. Yeah, it is a small but beautifully formed DLC. Go check it out. I'm going to leave this here, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this first look. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.